Hello, I'm Captain Andrea.
And I'm Commander Matthew.
And welcome to TrekBack Tuesday,
the show where we explore time and space to seek out new toys and new Star Trek merchandise from across the galaxy.
And today we have for you a Romulan.
Yeah, just a Romulan, but it's not just any Romulan, despite the packaging saying that it's just a Romulan. It's really not at all.
No.
This Romulan is actually based on Marco Lamos' character from Star Trek Next Generation Season 1, Episode 26, The Neutral Zone.
Huh. I guess this would count as Marco Lamos' first action figure.
Yeah, even though it was actually kind of sort of not. So when Galoob had the license, they actually were going to make a Romulan commander as well, and that was again based on Marco Lamo from this episode as Commander T-Bach. But that figure didn't get produced.
Fun fact about Marco Lamo, for those of you who didn't get a chance to see the DS9 documentary, he said that he was very frustrated that he didn't get a lot of feedback and, being told, hey, good job, Mark, you did great, and stuff like that. And the response to that was, hey, we kept bringing you back. And I think this is a really good example since this predates DS9. So clearly they liked what he did as a Romulan, of all things, as a Romulan in Next Gen, to give him a good role on DS9 and then expand that role and make him a major antagonist. I just think that particular Marco Lamo story is just kind of interesting that he couldn't quite figure out that, hey, they really liked him.
Let's not forget, he was also a Cardassian character before he was Gul Dukat as well in Next Generation.
Yes.
But yeah, Marco Lamo got brought back plenty of times. He's had a great career throughout Trek.
So he was like the early Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah, basically he was.
Yeah. But Jeffrey Combs was better.
Oh, fighting words.
What? Jeffrey Combs was like on everything afterwards. And how many different characters did he play? I'm just saying, Marco Lamo was good. Jeffrey was better.
Ouch.
You know it's true.
We're going to have a fight over that. That's going to be next time on TrekBack Tuesday. So here's a look at the front of the packaging, which is the same packaging we've gotten for all the Series 1 figures from Playmates from 1992. And this one you can see actually has another relic of the past on it. This has got a KB Toy sticker on it.
Oh, remember KB. KB was a good store. It's more expensive, though.
Yes. This was $7.99, whereas the other ones we saw that had stickers from Toys R Us were only $4.99.
And that by itself is a good testament as to why Toys R Us was so important to just have your own toy store removed from the mall.
Yeah. The front of the box also has this nice blister where you can see our Romulan and his accessories. So let's go ahead and take a look at the back now.
Taking a look at the back, you can see the other characters in the line. You get a description of the accessories, and you have a Starfleet personnel file on the Romulan, which has a picture that shows that this was most definitely based off of Marco Lamo. Other fun fact about this is, this was the first time that we had Romulans in Next Gen. So Marco Lamo got to be among the first Romulans.
First Romulan, first Cardassian. What wasn't he the first of?
Ferengi.
True, that was Jeffrey Combs.
Was it Jeffrey?
No, that wasn't all.
Wasn't that Armin?
Yeah, it was actually Armin Shiverman who got to do that, but we'll get to that soon
That's
enough.
A completely different story.
Yeah.
I love how they brought back actors that they just really liked.
They really did. And thanks to the magic of Star Trek makeup, you can get away with it. No one will ever know.
I know. Unlike CSI, which had lots of repeat people, different characters.
I don't know what a CSI is, Captain.
That's okay. You don't need to anymore. You don't need to. We're free. Commander Matthew, prepare to beam him out.
Hi, Captain.
Tighten security around him, Commander.
Hi, Captain. He's onto you.
Okay, maybe that's a little... Let's put him down here.
All right, yeah, we'll make sure he's watching from a distance.
Yes, exactly.
So here's our Romulan out of the package. You can see that Marco Lamo likeness. Pretty good, actually. I never knew it was Marco Lamo as a kid. Granted, I wasn't paying attention to those things as a kid, but now as an adult, knowing who he is and seeing it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's Marco Lamo.
Mm-hmm. That definitely. But yeah, I'm really impressed because Marco Lamo has a very particular kind of face.
Yeah.
So to capture it, that's impressive work.
I will say that we've looked at him as Gul Dukat from the Deep Space Nine line. Mm-hmm. This is a way better likeness of him than that Dukat.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can tell that they were really trying to impress everyone.
Yeah, they did a way better job on this one. And the outfit's also very accurate and very cool. I like that Romulan outfit a lot, actually. This checkerboard pattern he's got going on. The giant shoulder pads.
God, Romulans were so weird and square.
They never got out of the 80s. The 2380s.
I wonder what a Romulan looks like under his clothes. But I also really don't because I'm sort of scared.
Good night, America. So unlike some of the other Playmates figures we looked at from the Series 1, this Romulan can actually stand on his own. He doesn't have weird legs like that Worf we just saw.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
His legs are not perfect, though, because he's still standing in kind of like horse stance, almost like he's ready to do karate.
Yeah, but to be fair, I mean, the Romulans were always in kind of a ready position.
I don't think they walked around like that, though. I mean, that'd be a little awkward, like to be John Wayne the entire time. I don't know, it's just... Listen here, partner.
Those early Romulans, you know...
And articulation-wise, same as the others. The head moves left to right. Shoulders can go up and down, and that is it. But he does have a nice bicep swivel, which is a welcome thing to have in that time period. His waist kind of moves. It does move, but it's actually very restricted. It's not like an actual traditional waist joint. It's this whole tunic that does the movement, which also doesn't really restrict his legs too much, but it does a little bit. So the legs can go up and down to that traditional V that these toys do. Knee joints bend, and that is it. But that's not bad for what time period these toys are coming out in.
No. Oh, can I just say how much I love those ears? Those Romulan ears.
They're very good ears, yes.
Let's talk accessories. This here is the Romulan pad. It links the Romulans to their massive computer banks. That's really not that interesting.
No.
But I like the different shape. It's the shape is different than the Starfleet pad, and it's, black.
Yeah.
It's not super interesting, but it's okay.
And you can see it has a Romulan warbird on the inside of it as well.
I like that.
So the packaging has it as a little bit of a different graphic than what we see here. So that's another change that happened between prototype phase and production phase. Kind of neat. Got a little warbird hanging out in there. But does it fit in his hand? Not so much. It's not really a great accessory for his hands.
Next, we have the Disruptor pistol. This one looks a lot more fun than the Starfleet phaser. I like that it has the handle. The shiny black makes it look good. And it's just an extremely powerful weapon that instantly incapacitates their enemies. Ooh.
This definitely goes in his hands with no problem. He's got a trigger finger ready for it, too.
Yeah, and unlike the Starfleet phasers, which are set to stun, this is set to kill.
Oh, yeah, that's always set to kill.
Then moving on, the phaser rifle.
So, yeah, that's a pretty familiar-looking phaser rifle.
Yes, in fact, the description is an exact copy of the Federation phaser rifle, only more powerful.
Sure it is.
Yeah, no, I don't believe that one bit.
And it is literally the exact same thing as Starfleet.
Only in black.
Yeah, but I actually like this weapon. Yeah, it's just kind of funny that it just is an exact copy.
And finally, and surprisingly the most interesting of the accessories, it's the Romulan action base. And it's described as, stand him up or plug him to his base. The Romulans are always ready for action.
So unlike the other stands we've gotten with these figures, this one does not have a name on it. It has space for a name, would have been.
Yeah.
But since they didn't give him a name, he's just Romulan. They didn't put anything on there.
He's just Romulan. He's not special enough. He's not worthy.
No, but I will put him on the base. And it actually, because of the shape of it too, it lent itself to being easier for him to stand on it and just look better.
Yeah.
So, he actually can stand pretty square on that base. So there he is.
It looks really nice. One day we should put all of our Marco Lamo figures together and have them battle it out. Who will be the ultimate Alamo figure?
This one, probably.
Probably. But we still need to put them all together.
Yeah. So that's our look at the Romulan from Playmates Series 1 Star Trek Next Generation figures from 1992. So overall, I actually like this one a lot. And as you mentioned, a way better likeness than the previous Goldicott that we looked at some time ago.
I like it. I mean, I have no complaints. It's interesting. It's a fun figure. The likeness to Marco Lamo is fantastic. Like, that is really the highlight of the whole thing. I do wish it had a name, though.
Yeah. I mean, we know it's Commander T-Bach, but this figure is a nameless Romulan.
Yeah.
So be it.
And on that note, I'm Captain Andrea.
And I'm Commander Matthew, and I'll see you next time for another episode of TrekBack Tuesday. So until then, live long and buy toys.